Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. I'm here today with Mass Make March day number 7, and we are going to be making page tabs. For more information on Mass Make March, please check my description box. Okay, so I have a bunch of stuff here today. I'm starting out with a couple of digitals. So this is a digital from Louisa Heinzel. These are her vintage lady tabs, I believe they're called. And then I have some tabs from Amity Bloom. And so I'm just looking to kind of stock up my tabs today in this Mass Make. Let me just look at the time, and we will see how much time I have. Okay, so I am good. All right, so I'm just going to literally start by cutting all of these out. And I really adore these. You know, now that I look at them, because they're a mirrored tab, maybe I probably should fold them first and then cut them out so that they have the same lines, because she has been so wonderful as to mirror these images. So I think the best way to cut these out properly is to just fold them first. There we go. So now we have that little tab. How cute is that? So we'll just go through and we'll finish these up. I have had this printed for a little while with the intention of getting it ready, but I think what I'll do today, thanks to this opportunity to mass make, is I'll start like a little bin of page tabs, and I will add these to it so that they'll be all ready to go for the journals that I want to use them in. So it's kind of an uneventful day today. I'm just puttering about the house. It's so cold. I think I've been saying that for days now, but yeah, I just haven't really been feeling like doing a lot outside. I think I've reached the malaise of winter, and I'm trying to just keep myself motivated with other things. I have a bunch of home stuff I need to work on, and I'm thinking about reorganizing my bedroom to move more of my gym equipment in there so I can have a more central spot to have all my gym equipment. I'd like to go swimming today at the gym, but I don't really like to go on the weekend because it's a little too busy for me. I like to go through the week when everybody's at work and school and all that stuff. And there's just less people. Having my parents here for dinner tomorrow, so that will be nice. I got that one a little crooked. Actually, it's pretty good. Also thinking of maybe going to the library tonight. I do need to return some books. Been reading with my daughter. We've been reading. Whoops, I nipped her nose. Okay. I was definitely crooked on that one. Let's be a little more careful. All right, that's the good thing about digitals, is that, there we go. You don't hurt them too poorly when you have to print them again. Your wallet isn't hurting as much, or the original that you muffed up isn't such a loss. Okay. Yeah, I'm still not doing this so well. Let me see if I can just trim. I was doing so well there for a moment. I guess a really easy thing to do would just be to score them on a scoreboard really quick. Like, just do a little score there, and then you'll have a perfect fold. There. one to go, and then I'll move on to my next idea here. Okay, so those are so cute. Yay! Then I have these Amity Bloom tabs, which are so pretty, and I'm just going to cut them out. I don't know if my whale tail tab will fit this image. I think it should. Looks good. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, so she makes them a little bit bigger than the whale tail, which is fine because yeah, the punch makes it easy. Okay, what was I? These washi strips, I think I will just, I don't know, I'll set those aside because they're not part of the tabs that I want to make today. Where did I just put those two tabs? I swear I cut two off, right? There's just like a secret hole in my desk that things go into, and I have no idea like what happens. It's very strange. Okay. I'm only going to do a couple of these because you get the idea probably. Yeah, actually, I'm going to set this aside. I only want, I don't want to cut them all. I just want this type of tab. Yeah, I don't need those right now. And I will cut out the whale tail tabs. And seeing as I started to cut this one out, I will finish it. There we go. I'm pretty sure that it's not all of that straight though. So yeah, let's just put that in scrap. We'll use it for something else. Tabs actually don't need to be straight all the time. Because if you're not, you know, having them hang like far off the page, which I sometimes do, like I sometimes will do a tab, you know, I'll start out here and I'll have it fold here and be out here, so like it is 3D, but sometimes I do use tabs this way too, right on the page. And with these, I could see doing that if I wanted just a little, you know, rather than having it be out here. The other thing with these tabs is, when folding them or cutting them, I wonder if I could also have folded them on this side and then cut them out that way. I don't know. But yeah, just things to think about. Okay. Fussy cutting is just one of those things that I like to kind of do it all on my own when I'm watching like a video or something, and it's great to do in the background when like you don't have, you know, the time or focus or space or whatever to like completely work on something. You can usually fussy cut. I do it in the car, I do it when I'm hanging out with the kids and they're doing something else. So I hope you're making along with me, because some of these videos are going to be quite action-packed, but other ones are just going to be quiet time like this where we just create. So the thing about making journals is there's so many different activities, and I think that's one of the things that I really like about it. It's unlike some of my other hobbies, you don't have to spend a ton of time doing the same thing repetitively. And I think that's what's made it kind of steal my heart a bit. It's also considerably easier on the hands for the same reason. I was starting to feel like, you know, I love to knit, crochet, weave, spin yarn, all those kind of fiber arts things. But I did start to worry about the state of my hands when I would be knitting or crocheting for a long time, and they would kind of get achy, and so I would stop and give myself a break. But I mean, I have friends who have worked in needle arts for, you know, over 50 years of their lives, and like, the arthritis can be so crippling. So I'm trying to just look at things like all things, you know, as we get a little bit older, we have to think about like how you can balance and take care of your body, and that's what I would like to try to do better. Of course, fussy cutting, if you do too much of it, it's the same sort of thing. It's funny though, I was thinking a while ago, like, you only started to hear about people having carpal tunnel with computer typing, right? Like, that's what I think the first time that I ever heard that mentioned. It was all about the typing. I don't find typing bothers my hands as much as using a mouse for a long period of time. Like if I have to do a lot of scrolling, that I find to be a lot more difficult on the hands. Okay. So I think I'll just do maybe one page of these for now, and I'll save the other page. Maybe we'll work on them at the end. But I want to get some of these other kind of page tabs made, so I can show you how to make them too. This is just kind of the easy stuff, right? Knowing how to fussy cut and make page tabs. Okay, and we'll just fold these up. Maybe just stack them on one another here, so they don't fly all over the place. Okay, one to go. Now, whoops. Maybe I should get like a little container for all of these. Do I have one? Hang it up. I do, right there. Hold on. Give it a little wipe with a baby wipe. It's just I recently thrifted this lovely old tin, like an old button tin, And I've been meaning to use it for something. It has a beautiful lid down below there. Maybe I'll put tabs in it. That's a nice idea. Just grab the lid as well. And we'll give it a quick clean as well. Something I always try to do when I buy things secondhand is give them a good clean. Okay. Then, just make sure it's dry. Not quite. Where's my towel? Here it is. There we go. So we'll put our tabs in here. And this will be our little tab container. Okay, so I'll set that off to the side and we'll get on with our fabric and other tabs here. So the kind of tab that I want to make today is a fabric-based tab that allows you to work with scraps, your scrap things, and little strips. So start with a piece of fabric that's long, but only as wide as you would want to have a page tab when folded. Okay, so I'm going to go with this width. Then you just start to lay things down across, you know, as so. And obviously we're going to stitch it afterward. So it is really great for using up scraps, little bits of things. I'm actually going to be sad to see this last bit of this batik fabric gone. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay, just push this fabric all back a little bit here so we can get our whole scrap here, or our whole piece of tab. Okay, then some of this green tearing up old garments. This was a dress that I sewed for my daughter when I think she was around 2, and it just doesn't fit anymore. But it was well loved. Okay. And I want to add some of this. This on its own, this kind of fabric is just nice to make tabs with all by itself as well. Like you have this kind of a fabric, you know, and it's just a beautiful fabric. So this on its own is just a really beautiful tab for the side of a page. Take a few scraps of it though. Here and here. Is that a needle? So it is. Okay. And the piece doesn't have to go all the way across or anything. If it's shorter, that's fine. maybe some of this soft blue with this white fluffy texture. It's got like these little like stitched areas. It's kind of like piecing down your fabric to slow stitch. It's the same sort of process. It's like doing a fabric collage. Maybe I will use this bit of a little bit of this pom-pom right there. No, here. Let's go here. Okay. Okay. This is some silk waste. Satin silk blend, I believe. Okay. Put that at the end. Maybe a little here. And just a couple other little spots to fill in, I think. We're almost there. And it doesn't have to be entirely filled in. There's charm to leaving some white. Okay, so I'm going to call that finished, I think. Maybe I'll just use this last little couple bits there and here. Maybe under here, so I don't want to lose that embroidery. Okay, so I'm going to call that done. Now I'm going to go to the sewing machine, and what I'm going to do is just kind of carefully take this over. I'm going to hold it straight out so I don't mess it up. So I got to carry it like this, okay? Now I'm going to, when I stitch it, I'm just going to lay it on the table and I'm going to let it go through, and I'm just going to go right down the middle and try to catch everything, and then go up the side at least 1 or 2 times. I'm probably just going to use a straight stitch, but you could use a zigzag or whatever kind of stitch you like. I will see. I recommend, like, don't go too fast, because you don't want to like rumple up your fabric too much. Another thing you can do to kind of secure it if you want is you can lay like some bits of lace over top. It's a nice lightweight bit, you know, that doesn't interfere too much. Like, so like if you just want to add a few bits of lace to break up those edges and to hold everything down a little more, you can. There we go. Okay, I will be back with this stitched. Okay, so it's all sewn down. So I did some straight stitch, some zigzag stitch, and now this is where it kind of comes to life and where you can get some really fun and different feeling tabs. So what we're going to do is just cut these apart and then see, it's like a completely different feeling to the overall piece, right? To just have the limitation of just this little snip that you've got here that has an entirely different feel away from this. Oh, the other thing, I forgot to mention a few things. So number one, I will often throw spare threads down on top like you see here, and I stitch them on. Or if my thread breaks, which in the case it did, I had a purple thread in there that was just breaking for some reason. So I ended up like keeping them long because I just love how they look when you cut them and you get these fun little threads. But a couple things that I mentioned that I didn't mention that could make this easier for you to stitch so that you're not just juggling the whole thing. I'm used to doing that, so I don't really think about it. You could pin, or you could also Fabri-Tac glue, right? So yeah, those things are options. So let's just go ahead now and create all these tabs. And you can go as thick or thin as you like. I tend to go a little over an inch usually, sometimes smaller. Sometimes it'll depend too, like what I'm cutting, like what colors I want or don't want together. there might be something I really want to capture, like if I wanted this whole thing to be one big tab, you know, I could do that. This one I'll just cut into 2 just for the fun of it. Okay, so now we have all these tabs. So that's a bunch of tabs, right? Where is our tab bin? Over here. So let's plunk those in here. I still have 20 minutes of working time. So I think what I'm going to do is make a few more fabric tabs. I just want to use this fabric actually to make some tabs for my current journal as well as for future journals. I just really love this fabric. Specifically for tabs because of its texture. And you'll notice that I went a little uneven. I want some big ones and some little ones, and there's already kind of a natural curve to the fabric, so I'm not bothered by that at all. I'm just going to cut the thick seam off the side. I don't include that kind of thing because it bulks your pages up. So like a tab can really just be a scrap of fabric or, you know, scraps of paper. So I'm going to do one more strip of these. And then I'll keep this last strip of fabric just for fun embellishments. So cut that off, get rid of that fat part. Okay, that's those. Now, let's see. Another kind of tab that I'm going to make today, I think, is kind of a scrappy one. And it's like the same kind of process, but this time we're going to use paper to create the tab. So what I'll do is, actually, yeah, I think that's probably a good width. Take a little off the side here. That. And then on this one as well. Okay. Yeah, that should be a good, maybe a little less, a little bit less. This is just some painty paper that I made this morning. I'm working on a journal cover that's a combination of fabric and painting. So these are my scraps from that project. So I think what I'll do is throw a little glue there, glue these together. Then this pretty paper here, I'm going to glue that right down the middle. Now let's take one of those washi strips. There we go. I need my glue book. There it is. Here. And then maybe we'll use both of them. Okay. go. I see a bit of fabric that I can probably use up too. I'll stitch that on though when I go and stitch that, and I'll do it in 2 pieces so that we don't cover everything. Okay. And then I've got some really cute scraps of this botanical paper from an old book. It's I'm using it in a journal I'm making right now, some of this beautiful old botanical paper. So we'll just put some strips of it down here, or not strips, but like little squares. Now I'm going to stitch on this after, but like if you don't have a sewing machine, you can obviously glue everything down and you don't have to use fabric for this. I know a lot of my projects can be kind of fabric centric. That's just because I'm a textile kind of person, and I like to work as much as I can fabric into things. I also feel like it just gives journals a really finished look and a really just kind of a nice feel. I think it's also just kind of a part of my style, right? We all have like our own style, and I think mine is kind of textile because of just what I've always enjoyed doing is working with fibers and textiles. So the idea with the way that these work, right, is I'm going to go and I'm going to stitch probably like down the fabric and then maybe a couple more times just to be decorative, and then we're going to come back and again we're going to cut these, and you'll see that we've made some really fun tabs. So just give me one moment. Okay, I'm back here with my sewn strips. So you'll see I've stitched through the fabric, or the lace. I've added some of my threads again that I have in my jar over by the sewing machine, and I really love that piece of paper and fabric and all that stuff. I think like that would be a beautiful belly band, even the tag or a journal card. It's a really nice way to just make a surface, right? So now again we're going to cut them into tabs, and then you might have a few things you want to tune up here like that, but then you've got these really fun page tabs, and they're all very unique even though they're cut from the same cloth, if you will. And if you want to, you can then go ahead and sew around the edge of them again if you want to. And that will just give it another interesting look, but that's totally up to you. I'm not going to bother. I think that they're fun as they are. I'll give them a fold here. You can also back them if you want them to be more thicker. I'm happy with the weight. I think it's like book page weight plus some fabric. But yeah, I like them. I think they're a lot of fun. So there's those tabs. Pretty fun. Maybe we have time. I think we have time to make one more kind of tab. And I think I want to do something like very much like what I just did. I'm going to work with scraps again. This time I'll use this background of this map, I guess. Okay. And that's a good... Let's fold that a little less, maybe just a bit. We don't need it to be that wide. There we go. And then I think I'll use more of this painty paper, but this time I'll use it up on top of the map. today. I'm going to go back to these botanical strips again, or these little botanical images, because they just looked really cute. Okay, and then maybe some. Another thing I really love using is, oh, these would be pretty, these stamps. Let's glue those on. I was going to say book spine, but then I saw these stamps and I'm like, ooh. These just came to me and they're botanical. Just got them on some lovely mail from my sister-in-law. Okay, so this one, let's do things a little differently. And we'll ink this white space a little. And let's not sew. Everything's glued down. No need to sew, right? So let's just then hopefully everything is dry enough. You just might want to wait a little to let it dry, or you could get some peeling up. But I mean, as long as you're giving it a good press, I think it's fine. You might get like little bits that come up like this. I'm just going to pull that off. I don't really feel like it's necessary. Okay, so those are really cute. And then the other thing you can do with these too is you can round the corners, you can cut them into different shapes. You know, you can add like a button on any of these. Lots of different ideas like that, right? So, okay, so we have no sewing to do at the end of this video, but we are at time that we should count how many we made. So let's just dump these all out. I think this will be our record. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 60, 1, 2. We made 62 page tabs. Yay! So some of those are really easy. Some of them were a little more work. But 62 is a great number. It's a new record. I don't know if we'll make that much of anything else on here, but we'll see. 62. Okay, so that's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed making tabs with me. If you make tabs, let me know. Use the hashtag MassMakeMarch2023 on Instagram, YouTube, or any other socials that you post to. And enjoy tabbing all of your beautiful journal pages with these lovely tabs that are locked in this container here. And yeah, have a good time with it. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now.